Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Thursday, November 10th, 2022. 2022. Welcome to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Patreon, anywhere else you can find your podcast needs. Is you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Famous. Yo, 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 yo. All right, yeah. Okay. I want to say this clear. I just want to be clear about this. I know that the baseball season just ended. Football season is kind of in like mid-season swing right now. And can I just say, as a fan of just plain old sports, the NBA feels very, very, very weird this year. And I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Um, I think there isn't that big of a drama story. The only biggest drama story is the Kyrie situation. That is really the biggest one right now. The Brooklyn Nets are a mess. Um, Really, it's this year the small market teams are actually killing it. Are the best two teams in the game right now, which is the Utah Jazz and the Milwaukee Bucks. Those are two small market teams, and it feels like the Lakers are bad. The Sixers aren't that good. Boston still kind of looks like a powerhouse. Golden State looks beatable. Like they normally look invincible at this time. It's weird that when we had super teams, we had storylines. We had more going on. We had a lot more like drama and a lot more just watching great basketball. It just feels like I watched the Sixers game against Atlanta tonight. And most teams that go to Atlanta don't win in Atlanta because they like to party. And I understand you're millionaires, you're young, you're tall, ladies like it. And they sometimes you come out a little bit flat, from because you did a little activities the night before. But it seems like I'm just like I was watching the Sixers game and I was like, this looks like a college basketball. This looks like a low level college basketball game. I'm watching like turnovers. I'm watching dudes miss layups. I'm watching people just jack up shots here and there. Bad turnovers, things like that. It just looked like, and this we're over 10 games in the season. This is when we're supposed to start get going, and it just looks like throughout the whole entire league. Like I watched a few games. I watched the Lakers game the other night, Lakers and Clippers. I was watching that game and I was just like, this just doesn't look like good basketball anymore. It looks like it's a lot of one-on-one, a lot of people trying to get theirs, it seems like. And I'm just sitting here watching. I'm just like, wow, this ain't it. If this is the NBA today, we're in trouble. We're in like the NBA is in trouble. It's not even entertaining to watch, and it's just and to see that Utah traded their whole team away, and they're number one in the West right now. Milwaukee is built the way Milwaukee's built, but to be undefeated, I think they only got like one loss, something like that. Close enough. It's a weird season. It's a very weird season. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Please let me know if I'm wrong. I know probably small market people are probably going to sit here and say, "Oh man, it's a great season going on right now, man. We love what's going on." I'm sure you do. Cleveland's good this year. They added Donovan Mitchell. Boom, they became a better team. It seems like Atlanta's kind of good. You still got like I said, Golden State does looks. I think Golden State right now are in like the 10th spot. Like the Sixers are in the 10th spot right now. The Lakers are out of the playoffs. Like the big market teams, Brooklyn doesn't look good at all. They had they literally fired their coach and got a new one. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston's going to be solid. You know, the Heat look a little solid, but they're not they're we don't have that overpowering team. And I think it's kind of weird because my argument would be the NBA kind of sucks when you have super teams. But right now, it looks like I don't know if every team caught up to the best teams, or, and this is a big or, people were more dependent on trying to get a big three instead of filling out a roster. And it seems like the small market teams, that's what they did. That's what seems like with Utah. Utah said, "All right, well, I mean, we don't have like this guy that's going to score 30 per night in Donovan Mitchell, but we got a couple guys here that they can put 20 up. We if five people put up 20, that's 100 points. Get a couple more people, that's 100, 110, 115 points per game. I mean, that's winning. And play some pretty good defense and sacrifice their game to play some good defense. And one guy, it's crazy because Laurie Marketing is averaging what, almost 25 points a game. So, in the Milwaukee, of course, there's Giannis. There's Giannis. We all know how great Giannis is, but the supporting cast around him, the team is built around his greatness. That team is very much built for Giannis. That's why he can't really leave Milwaukee. I mean, like they said, like they were trying to say him going to Golden State, and I'm just like, but his game doesn't mesh with that team. The, he has to be the center of attention at all times. Now, I'm not saying it because he's conceited person or anything like that. I'm saying that's how his game should be. He's a 7-footer that moves like a gazelle. That's probably how Brooklyn should have been built, to be around Durant, instead of we're going to try to put three superstars together and we're going to try to win a championship with that. And it's not working anymore. That model has not worked. It's not working anymore. Has anybody noticed that? Like that whole putting this super team together, it's not working anymore. It's losing, actually. It's very weird. That's why this season's a little weird, because I think people are starting to see that super team thing, that super team model is not working. It's done right now. People are building their rosters with solid players. And then normally you want to either you put solid players around one great player, or you just make a whole team that's solid together, that'll play together, play for each other. And that's what it seems like those teams are doing. Phoenix has Devin Booker, and then the team is really built for Chris Paul. DeAndre Ayton is a what is he? He's a lob catcher. That's literally what he is. I'm sorry to put it out there. I'm sorry to be that guy, but that's what he is. That's his game. And we're seeing that the super teams are not working, and that's crazy to me. I think it's a weird season. I think it's weird because we don't have any top-notch teams that we're used to seeing up there being top-notch, and that's why I think maybe viewership might be down, maybe even the style of play might be down. Like, the style of play is weird now. That's why I'm like, damn, man, I'm getting this weird feeling that like the NBA is starting to take a downward turn, and just straight up, um, just straight up, just fuck fundamentals. Oh shit, that's what I was trying to fundamentals. Like the only team that's really fundamentally sound is probably going to be the San Antonio Spurs. But every other team is kind of built towards, except for like I said, the small market ones, they're built towards superstars, and the guys around them fundamentally aren't meshing. And it looks, and I blame. I'm sorry to say it. It's going to sound bad, but I blame the AAU circuit. I blame these 1 year going to college for 1 year. They're not learning how to play basketball anymore. These kids are not learning how to just do chest passes, or do a regular pass, or do a regular shot. You know what I'm saying? Or work on your game. Like, they're not doing that anymore. And it's starting to show now. And this is that age of I'm sorry, but like I know everybody loves LeBron, but this is that age of LeBron. Everybody's trying to get that shoe deal. Everybody's trying to be this guy, that guy. And it's just if you just step back in the fold, learn how to play the game, you actually might be better. And I don't think they're like most of these people, most of these coaches out here aren't predicating on making these kids better. They're predicating on getting them good enough to where they're gonna make a shoe contract. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make it to a top-notch college, and then that top-notch college is only gonna have them for 1 year, and then boom, they're in the NBA. Like I'm just sitting here watching, just like, okay, all right, this is the product of that. We're watching it right now. No kids can't make a regular chest pass anymore. Like these guys cannot make regular chest passes. I watched the fucking game. They can't make a regular layup anymore. A contested one at that. Like the game has changed. It seems like so. I don't know, man. It's a very very interesting time in the NBA. We'll see by Christmas time. We're gonna find out who really is the better teams normally. But I don't. I think we're gonna find out who the best teams are come February. It's gonna be a February thing. I think it's gonna be a later in the season. It seems like everybody has like all, especially the top teams. It just seems like they have just came out sluggish. And like I was watching the Lakers game. It's just like shit, man. Like they just look sluggish. LeBron's injured again. You know, you have to pretty much have to depend on Anthony Davis, who's going to be injured again. You know, you're dependent on Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. Like it's just it doesn't. It's weird. It's just not something's just not right about the NBA right now. I don't know what it is. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Um, but let's go to the reviews. The reviews. Bleach came out again today. It came out on Monday. And I would like to say one thing. The uncensored, the pretty much uncensored wise, just letting everybody know for Bleach sake. Bleach was kind of predicated on, yeah, there was blood. You know, sometimes you'll see it after, you know, there'll be like a crazy fight scene. Somebody might have that little blood on their shoulder but you don't see berserk type fucking um violence from Bleach. It felt like it was kind of not predicated towards kids, but like young, probably teenagers. It was pretty much predicated towards that. This Bleach right here will give those fuckers nightmares. They will give them nightmares right now. And I think the uncensored rating on this Bleach makes Kimpachi be a lot more brutal. And just the scene alone where he said, "Oh, those three guys," he said, "Those three guys were all bitches." Pretty much that's what he said. Except for he said, last first one he talked a little too much, so I fucked him. I cut him in half. The second one he ripped his throat out because he ripped his throat out. And the last one, he had a little bit of trouble with him, but he said, eventually, he wasn't really that good, so I fucking just killed his ass. And then Kimpachi going straight after the king. The one guy talking all the shit to him, and the guy, he was like, I'm not, he said, for real, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to fight that guy. And that's, the one guy that literally has been killing people with just his mind. Kimpachi went straight after him. And then we got to see the full brutality of Captain Yamamoto. And we also figured out that Byakuya actually gives a fuck about Rukia. I don't like. We finally get that part of the story down. Because he always seemed like I don't give a shit. Like from the first season. Sorry, this is a spoiler for everyone. All right. So he comes to Earth and pretty much takes Rukia away because she broke the laws. And he was ready to execute her himself in the second season. of Bleach. He's ready to execute his own sister. You know, and now we're at a point where oh sorry. Now we're at a point where he has all his fears come together, and it's like a nightmare scene where like, it's Rukia turning around smiling, and then it turns into a skeleton, and you just see that's what he fears the most is something happening to her and having his own Bankai used against him. It's fucking crazy. Renji getting fucked up, Rukia getting fucked up, and all while Ichigo is stuck in this Senkaimon. He can't get out because old boy shot Chad. We still don't know what's going on with Chad right now, man. I need to know if Chad's alive or not. And Mr. Hattencloth's Kisuke trying to do the computer. Just we haven't gotten the resolution on that yet. The other thing is that when Yamamoto killed one of their I guess one of their captains. I forgot what was he O for overkill, and he was like, "Yeah, use a bitch, so I'm just gonna kill you." And you're using my homeboys and he saw that he was using someone's that he knows Bankai. He was like, "Oh, that was a fuck up. You just don't know how to use it. You said you took someone's Bankai that you don't know how to use." And so he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna burn your bitch ass up with this sword real quick." And that's exactly what he did because Captain Yamamoto has Black Force fucking energy, and all of a sudden you just see him fly off, and that invigorated all of the captains that have been having struggling problems. Now, if he would have did that maybe a little bit earlier, Byakuya wouldn't be cut the fuck up right now by his own Bankai, and Rukia probably wouldn't be stabbed up, and fucking Renji wouldn't have just rushed into the chick that literally just used the Bankai on Byakuya and get himself, dog washed too. We're getting to a point where it looks like it's gonna be Yamamoto versus I can't say his name. I don't know the dude's name, but the king of fucking Quincy's. But has anyone seen the poster? I just seen this poster too of all the Stern writers together. Stern writers is pretty much the underlings to the top Quincy guy. Pretty much they're a Ron card. Yeah, Espada. Pretty much they're the Espada. Has anyone seen that Uryu is dressed as them and he's with all of them in one of the pictures? Does Uryu join them? Is Uryu about to be a fucking traitor? Hey, by the way, Uryu is not going to help the Soul Reapers. Like that's the one thing he would never do is help Soul Reapers. Now, the only reason why he helps Ichigo is because Ichigo isn't technically a Soul Reaper. He's a substitute. I want to see if he finds out through this arc that his dad is a Soul Reaper. And it probably wasn't him that got it probably wasn't him that got his mom killed. It was probably his pops because his dad has spiritual pressure. So I wonder, and I'm hoping that we get a resolution on that too, like him getting it, and then maybe his sister. I think Kame is the one that can see spirits too. So I'm hoping we get some type of resolution with all that. But it's really just the synopsis of the latest episode of Bleach. What happened so far? Pretty much the big parts. I'm excited for the next episode because I want to see what the fuck's about to go down. It seems like shit is about to get real very quickly, and I love every second of it. Oh my goodness! All right, it seems like every show right now all the animes that I'm watching right now are going from 0 to 100, except for Spy Family, because like I said, Spy Family is a perfect combination of slice of life and action. And right now we're at the slice of life part of Spy Family. That's where we're at right now. We're at the slice of life part. So it's kind of a little bit. It kind of slowed down a little bit. But Chainsaw Man, let's talk about a little bit. Chainsaw Man is starting to turn into a hentai. Let's just be real. If no one, I mean, hey, look, listen. If you don't think it is, then that's your hentai. By the way, is anime porn. But it's starting to turn into it a little bit. You know what I mean? The dude got to finally feel on some titties. Problem is that she had on padding to make her titties look bigger, and so he was very disappointed in himself. He was not happy about that. He was like, shit. I mean, I only got 3 squeezes. And that was it. And she just walked away with her cat, and she said, "Thank you. That's it for saving my life," and that was it. And then now we're finding out about the gun devil that apparently everyone's having trouble finding, or actually everyone, like all the hunters, are having trouble trying to kill because they keep getting murked by this motherfucker. And yeah, we're at that point right now where um we have our main villain. It looks like that we're gonna have. It's gonna be the gun devil. Now, apparently, if he kills the gun devil, he gets to do he gets a wish. He gets one wish. And then apparently, if he kills the gun devil, apparently he has 2 females is on his penis right now. He apparently, one chick was like, "I will kiss you with tongue," and I was like, "Holy mother goose, she is very forward." All right, she didn't even ask his name yet. I don't think they even know his name. She has one eye, and she said that she'll kiss him with tongue, no problem. And the other guy that was standing next to him, he was like, "Whoa, you never gave me that offer." That's the face that he kind of gave. Like, where I never got that offer. I killed so many devils. And yeah, that's pretty much the look that he gave. That's pretty much the big parts of Chainsaw Man so far. Is that really he met the rest of the crew, the rest of the hunters, that we see in the opening sequence. And yeah, and apparently he's going to get a wish to if he kills the gun devil, and it's just going to be fucking great for him. Denji's a horny teen. That's pretty much what it is. It's really, this show is like, it has definitely gone into the etche. I think it's going to become an etche itself. Like, yo, on the real though, High School of the Dead was an etche show, but it had a amazing storyline to it. We can't lie about that. It had a great storyline to it. It was very etche. You know what I'm saying? Etche is like when all the clothes get torn off, stuff like that. Just in case everybody's like, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah, it's yeah. I might be saying it wrong, so please go look up fucking how to say it and shit, because I'm probably saying it wrong. It's ECCHI if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's how you spell it. And hentai, I know what the fuck hentai is. You know what I'm saying? I've studied. Not rigorously, but we learned some shit, tentacle stuff. Yeah, we y'all heard of it. Don't act like I haven't. You can act all preachy and all the rest of that, but you know who you are. Y'all watched a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out. That seems like some Patreon shit. That I'm just all I'm gonna say. But but nah, yeah, that's what it just seems like it's starting to head towards, and definitely not gonna be for kids. Let's just be real. This show's definitely not for kids. But yeah, but seriously, the action, the gore that we got for the first couple episodes, it seemed like we kind of went to a little bit of a slow. This episode was probably the slowest out of all the episodes so far. Not like action wise. Well, I mean, we're talking about sexy action wise. It's a little sexual, you know what I'm saying? But that's just it. That's pretty much the action that you get. Not like any like them hunting down devils or anything like that. We don't get that. We don't get that throughout any of this episode. So if you don't, unless you're into that, if that's your thing, this is the episode for you. But yeah, that's my anime hour. I mean my anime 10 minutes. My Hero. I'm gonna review My Hero a little bit later on this week, probably this weekend. But My Hero is definitely doing yo. This has to be the most action packed My Hero season ever. Like straight up, this is the best. Like if you're looking for straight up, just everyone fighting, there's gonna be on go time. Like this is the episode. I mean, this is the season for you. Like it's go time every fucking episode. Like they're definitely throwing fades out all over the place, and that's really what My Hero is this season right now. And Shimmeragati, I mean, shit, man, I suck at names. Shimmeragaki, Shit, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very bad with names. Please don't hate me. But you know, I know what I'm talking about, man. The one with Decay, man. His fucking his quirk is Decay. Pretty much, yo. He's a force right now. Like, dude got stronger. Apparently, he got some like villain steroids or something like that, and now he could just decay a whole entire fucking city. So that's where we're at with that. Shit. What? Sorry. My bad. I'm probably need to be drinking water, but you know, hey, cream, Dr. Pepper. Like, can I just say something real quick? Dr. Pepper, this cream soda, right? Can I just say is that I've been running through these motherfuckers like nobody's business. I am fucking them up. I went and bought a case last night, and I'm probably already past the midway point of the case. But it's sugar free. So everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? It's sugar free. All right, fuck off." So, and probably even worse for me being sugar free. Who knows? I don't know, but shit's fucking delicious, and I want to take chances with it. Um, but right now, I'm just trying to I'm trying to do this whole weight loss thing, and it's just you know it's gonna be tough, man. I've gone to the gym 5 straight days, which is amazing in my book. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I had to take a day off today, though, man. I was yeah, but I will say this: going to the gym is the best drug a person can have. I mean, it's a healthy lifestyle, and I love going to the gym. Today kind of like it was weird not going, and it's like it's a high that most people should definitely hopefully get into. Maybe it's not cocaine, it's not crack or anything like that. So I mean, it's good for you, but no, but I mean, well, good for me because I have an addictive personality, and I will get addicted to going to the gym like I did last year. Like I got very much into doing big things in there, and I got pretty good, and then I got lazy, and then my problem is this time around is that I'm trying to blame an injury. I'm trying to use the excuse that, oh, Andrew, I have a herniated disc in your back, so we're just going to we can chill out, man. We can't do too much because you're gonna hurt yourself again. And I'm over here, I'm thinking, I'm just like, the grind can't stop, man. You can't stop yourself from like for real. At this point in life, at this point in this injury process, and this point in everything, the outside forces cannot control the way you move. I can't. Well, really, it was actually kind of an inside, because especially if it's an injury. But hey, we're just gonna continue on. We can't allow outside forces to stop us from doing what the fuck we need to do. Getting the job motherfucking done. Is either way possible. You gotta go to school, get your fucking homework done, get study for that next test, do everything possible to make sure that you succeed and go to the next motherfucking level. You play video games, ayo. Maybe you have a little bit of lag. Maybe hey, learn through the lag, man. Learn how to get through it. Learn how to persevere. Sports. Yo, man, I can't do this one dribble. Okay, cool. Have you been practicing for a couple hours a day? Have you been doing? Do you eat with your left hand? If you're right-handed, do you eat with your left hand? Do you right not right with your left hand? 'Cause this is a bitch. Do you do everything that you can do with your left hand? Oh man, I want to get my left hand better. Okay, cool. What did you do today to make sure that your left hand got better? I started, what's crazy is my brother was the one that got me to start doing this shit. And what the crazy part is I'm a right-handed basketball player, but I drive better to my left. It's weird, and I saw only one other player really be great at doing that, and that was Dwayne Wade. Yeah, I'm a great player, it's just who I am. I'm a Hall of Fame. No, but it started with, you need to start like doing things with your left hand. So I started eating with my left hand. Like everything I do, like most of the stuff that I do is left-handed. I'm not a left-handed person. I started holding the tennis racket before I started, before anything starts up. I hold it with my left. And everybody like motherfuckers would come up to you like, yo, you are you left-handed? And I'm like, no, no, I'm right-handed. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Like everything I started doing, it became habit. So now when I started playing basketball, I can dribble left-handed, I can lay up left-handed, just like I can do with my right. And it's fucking it. That's the thing that I want to instill in people. Like motherfuckers learn how to drive one way in basketball now. All right, man. If I'm right-handed, I'm gonna go right-handed dominant. All right, if I'm gonna go left, but when you learn how to dribble with your left, you open yourself up to more moves. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody does wants to do the Harden step back. Well, you're not left-handed. He's left-handed. So what he needs to do is fade to his right to get the step back. Some of you didn't learn how to do the left. So now you're trying to do the Harden step back or do any type of step back for real. And it's awkward. It looks awkward. Hold on one second. That's where fundamentals are getting lost at. The big man, the age of the big man. You know, you had Shaq, who was a very dominant basketball player. Dude was scoring 30 something points per game just because he was dominating. And now we have big men that they want to shoot jumpers. They want to, catch the ball from like 40 feet out and shit like that and dribble down. What the fuck, man? Even Kobe knew, yo, clear the fuck out. We're going to give that big motherfucker the ball and he's going to go to work. That's a lost fucking art in basketball is a post up. And not even just posting up, framing yourself to where you can catch the ball and be closer to the basket or get yourself closer to the basket. You don't clear anything out. Nobody does, there's no fucking, butts to gut. Sorry, guys. I mean, that's basketball. Sorry. You might probably think that was, not on duty type shit, but we know this game. If you play basketball, you know what that means. That's boxing the fuck out. Motherfuckers don't do that shit anymore. That's not a thing anymore. Boxing out isn't. I don't see motherfuckers box out ever anymore. And that's where the lost art is. That's a lost fucking art now. You know how many more rebounds motherfuckers be getting if they just boxed out just a little bit? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So what I'm telling y'all is that if you're going to go into a craft, not just learn the craft, master the motherfucker. That is your passion. That's something that you love to do. You love to do it. You love to see people succeed when you're doing it. Sorry. You love to just that feeling of accomplishment. If that is your craft, master it. Don't try to master everything else. Master your fucking craft. Brisk 11-minute walk. Ooh. So, also what I'm saying, master your fucking craft. Become the craft. Become better than the craft. Because I know it sounds stupid. It might sound stupid to you, but motherfuckers out there are spending 8 fucking hours a day thinking about what they want to do. They spending the other 2 to 3 practicing what they want to do. They spending the other 2 hours, those other 2 hours that you need, mastering what they can do. You know how you master something? It's when you become when you become confident between in your brain and you're able to do it with your hands, or you're able to do it with your brain and also do it with your brain. You never know, mathematicians, but that's what mastering a craft is. It's not just physically. Oh man, physically, yo, I'm fucking amazing. Nah, homie, because when those lights turn out bright, when those lights turn on and they're fucking bright as a bitch, trust me. The motherfuckers is bright as a motherfucker. Though they are going to be having people screaming down on you. Imagine going somewhere where it's the away game and everybody hates you. You're getting booed. You're getting called all this shit. Your mom, this, that, and the third. You might have a wife. Your kid is ugly. All the rest of that shit. Motherfuckers is going to do that shit to try to distract you, all the rest of that shit. If you're not right up here with between the fucking ears, you already lost before you walked onto that motherfucking court. Before you walked into that fucking and before you walked into that classroom. Before you walked into that bus or before you walked onto the bus. Not walked in. Please do not walk into the bus. Before you walked onto that truck. You didn't master that shit. What you did was that you became really good at it. But you don't know how to fucking do, you don't know how to go back to basics when everything else is failing. Because what was the basics? You learned everything, you learned all the advanced moves, but you didn't go back to basics. What's the basic move that you can do here to get you out of trouble? So what I'm telling you, as a friend, as a as a cruising podcast, as a neighbor, master your craft in and motherfucking out. Master that. Master the basics of that craft. You want to learn how to draw? Cool. Make a line. Make a straight fucking line. Every fucking day you make another straight line. Every day you make another straight line. Okay, shit, man. I can make it. All right. I can make straight lines. All right. We'll make another straight line today. All right. So we're going to work on circles now. All right, cool. We're going to make a good ass circle. I mean, that probably won't be perfect, but it's going to be a fucking circle. We're going to keep doing it until we get there. Till my motherfucking hands are bleeding. That's called putting your 10,000 hours in. Put your 10,000 hours in. Stop trying to skip fucking steps. You can't skip steps. Motherfuckers try to skip steps and they some succeed. But guess what? When everything starts to crumble around them, there's no basic. They didn't create the foundation. That's what fundamentals is the foundation of everything. And I'm not just talking sports. I'm talking in life. You try to skip steps. Oh shit. Where's my floor? Shit. Where's my foundation? Why is it wobbly? Everything's crumbling around me. So what I'm telling y'all is, please, especially if this the youth, learn a craft fundamentally first, and then start doing advanced shit. Might take a long time. It may take a little time, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna get there. But you gotta learn. But you gotta take the fucking time to learn that shit, own that shit, master that shit, and go through that motherfucker. Do it again and again and again and again and again. I can eat with my left hand. Motherfuckers, most NBA basketball players right now cannot eat with their opposite hand. Probably. I don't know. Probably most. I don't know. A lot of them can't. A lot of them learned a lot of dribble moves, but can't do a simple fucking crossover without carrying, without doubling, without making a move, making their feet move beforehand. That's the lost art, man. That is a lost fucking art. So, sorry if it got a little preachy. Sorry if it got a little teaching-y. I don't give a fuck. No, I do give a fuck. I do care, man. I want to make sure that this, that gets through to your fucking brains. Like, it's time. Stop trying to skip a step. Learn the fucking game and get the fuck through. And I'm talking about that through any fucking field of life. Any field. Please. That's all I'm telling you. That's how you make the world a better place. Is us having fundamentals. Us having people with us that are going through the fire with us. Not jumping on when we already got to the top. Because them motherfuckers ain't helping you if you start crashing the fuck down. Meet the people at the bottom. Make sure that they're going to stick with you each and every fucking step. That's why I wish, a few of my homeboys are still around. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know through each step of this podcast, they're going to be with me. I know them. I wish I had a podcast before, one of my best friends passed away. I wish he could see this. I really do. I would have showed him this, man. I would be like, yo, this is my John, man. This is my baby, man. You see my baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, through every step, man, that was my ace. And you know, I just wish I can share that. You know, now I have my family I can lean on, and they've been with me through this whole process since I even started thinking about doing a podcast. Like my family's been there. Like this, like everybody's just throwing different content things at me, how to do this and things like that. Make sure y'all have people around you when you start your fundamentals. Start from the bottom. And yes, you're going to start from the bottom. Sorry to give you bad news. Doesn't start at the fucking top. You gotta start at the bottom because you gotta build that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have people around you that when the foundation starts to crumble, they'll remind you, hey man, you remember when we did this, that, and the third? To get to this point, you do it again. Just start, let's start, let's get it. Let's get it. We gotta go back to doing what we was doing first. So we can figure out where we did the misstep and improve from there. That's how history doesn't repeat itself. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too preachy. Hopefully it wasn't too trying to be, you know, it's just something that's been going through my mind lately. It was something when I was watching the games, it was like fundamentals is gone. So with that, I would like to say hopefully you guys enjoyed the Cruising Podcast. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find your podcast needs. You can find the Cruising Podcast. So you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. And if you take anything from this episode, take this fundamentals. That's all I want to say. Just fundamentals. Just learn your fundamentals. That's all I'm going to say. So with that, I like to say, love you guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Catch you guys later. Deuces.